The Grind Waterfowl TV is brought to you by Dakota Decoy, premium gunning decoys for demanding hunters. Lucky Duck, masters of deception. Kent Cartridge, quality matters and performance counts. Mud Buddy, the king of mud motors. Excel, the boat to own. Cornerstone Gundog Academy, the most accessible online retriever training program. Yoder Smokers, handcrafted in the heartland. Rig'em Right Waterfowl, the industry leader in specialty waterfowl products. OnX Hunt, know where you stand. Benelli, simply perfect.
Cowboys Wild Game Washer, as clean as you can get 'em.
And these fine sponsors.
This week on The Grind, Bill and Tim traveled to Leeds, North Dakota to kick off the season with longtime friend Rick Darling of North Country Guide Service. With an extreme drought that hit the prairie pothole region hard through the spring and summer, everyone is anxious to see what impact that has had on their favorite spots to chase early season mallards. With much needed rain in the forecast and ducks that have been unpredictable, it will certainly be a hunt that will require a little creativity and lots of miles in the truck scouting.
We're up here in Leeds, North Dakota. Been coming here for a number of years. Me personally, I've been hunting with Rick for 10 years. The Grind's been coming up here for 6 or 7 years now. He's turned into a great friend. People we enjoy, him and his son Blake, we just enjoy being around. He runs a really good operation up here. It's a great area for birds. He's got good access to land and always has birds around that makes it just an enjoyable trip year after year.
So how many miles you got on this thing already?
So, last night I put on 137 miles. And this morning I put on 112.
So you aren't scouting much.
No, just kind of going around the block here. I've been in the guide business for roughly 25 years, and I've started out doing it in north central North Dakota around the little town of Leeds, and that's where I've kept my operation going through the years. Drought-wise, this is the worst that I can ever remember seeing it, from the start of the spring throughout the whole summer. Coming into the spring, there really wasn't enough moisture in the soil to get the crops going. So, initially that was a concern. Are we even going to have crops for when the migration starts for them to stop here? And then we started losing the potholes, which, really hurts the duck production. But then once we got into August, we ended up getting in the area 8-9 inches of rain, which definitely helped. And then, of course, when the Grind shows up, they always bring a little moisture with them. So we got another 3.5 inches or so on Saturday. So that made for some good muddy conditions as well.
Tim, this is that field we always hunt. And that big hole, that big Roost Lake's over here a couple miles. Yep. So they're coming off the lake. We got a west-northwest wind. They're gonna come straight here from our south, and we're just kind of setting up. We're gonna side shoot them. We got 2 blinds together. So it's about a perfect wind right now, yeah. If we take our time on these blinds, we won't have to help Rick with his 2,000 decoy spread. I'm hiding decoys from Rick.
He is a decoy salesman's dream. He's out there. I don't know how many we got out. Must have a couple hundred Canadas, a couple hundred full body mallards out.
I bet today we'll have about 12 to 20 spinners in this field. And it's just Rick's style, and it works. These dry field ducks, usually the more spinners the better.
Takes a lot of stuff to kill a duck. I think they're gonna span, come right at the hole. We might have to end up kicking that.
Flatten it out.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some geese getting up, headed our way, maybe.
Oh yeah. Those are going off. Where are those geese going?
I think those are all geese.
Yep. There's a group that way and a group out front.
Good, leave it, kennel. Good. Good dog. Good dog.
Who would have thought we would have shot a goose first?
Yeah,
Or a
ducks
duck.
usually come. Big boy. Goose poppers, Tim.
Yeah, goose poppers.
Hank. Everyone from watching Rick and myself know the two guys that probably love snow geese the most anyone we hunt with is Rick Darling and myself. And the worst thing happened. We had a nice little bunch of snow geese. I mean, they were high, they were migrators. Rick and I got on with the call, and it doesn't happen very often. They turned, and all of a sudden we got maple leaf and snow geese. I really thought we were going to get them. They got a little off to our side. If they'd have stayed out front, we'd have gotten them. That is one pretty duck right there. Widgeon, yeah.
Beautiful widgeon.
Watch this pair, Rick. Yep.
Kill that big one, right?
Good shot.
They're just milling out there.
They kind of did that last night. The ducks even, they'd get over here, then they'd go back over there and spurtle, and then they'd come back over here.
Can't make up their minds.
Nice drake. Yeah, it's a big goose. They're so much easier to call. Wait till you see the size of this thing.
That's a big bird.
That thing is huge. That's 13 pounds.
Solid.
Two geese turned under the sun. Two geese under the sun. Stay. Hank.
Good job, guys.
Good shooting, guys. He loves tackling them.
Big bird.
Hank.
There we go. Cleaned up them. Good job. Good shooting, guys.
Typically, we come up here and we really do well. You know, lots and lots of ducks. This year being a drought year, I wasn't sure what to expect. You know, we've heard numbers down 30% plus and didn't know what that would be like and if that was really true. And I would say in this area, you know, it seems that way, at least from what we've seen these couple days. Just not the huge numbers of ducks that we're used to seeing. We had an okay day, second day, it was decent. Probably in a lot of parts of the country, it would be a really good day, but for up here, it wasn't what we normally see. And I think for sure the drought's having an impact on duck numbers.
Well, we're starting our 11th season of the Grind Waterfowl TV, and we are in North Dakota with good friend Rick Darling at North Country Guide Service, and he didn't disappoint again. We got here yesterday and they got 3.5 inches of rain, which they needed. So we just sat in, we went and scouted last night, found a pretty good field, And we had a good day today. We didn't fill, but we had some good duck action. The ducks we got were right in the hole. I wasn't expecting to shoot any Canada geese. We got some Canada geese too, so we got them cleaned up, breasted them out. We're gonna make poppers tonight, and the best way to clean these things is with this cowboy washer. This thing is incredible. You basically fillet the bird out, breast the bird out, throw it in, don't worry about feathers, you don't worry about anything. You throw it in, hook it to a garden hose, and let her run. I'm about to start her up here.
Hey, Josh here, and I want to share a really important tip here on how you can make the most of the upcoming waterfowl season. So all you're gonna need is a bucket, maybe your backyard, your basement, wherever. Set that bucket down, have your dog come sit beside you, heel, sit, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit here and hang out with our dog. The reason we're doing that, the reason this is so valuable and so important is a lot of times we get caught up in training on the retrieves because that's what we're gonna go do. We're gonna go hunt, our dog is gonna pick up birds. However, the majority of the time in the blind normally is spent sitting here, waiting on birds. So your dog needs to know its place. It needs to learn to be calm. It needs to learn not to disrupt everybody. And as a dog guy, let me tell you what, you've got an opportunity and a responsibility to make sure your dog knows how to do this. And so one of the best ways to do this, hey, I'm in my backyard. You can do it just like this in the backyard. You can set up, you can grill, you can hang out with your dog. You can be in the basement. You can do this while you're watching a show, TV, maybe while you're watching The Grind here, whatever it may be. You can sit here, hang out with your dog, and teach it to be calm. That is gonna be one of the most valuable lessons. In fact, let me show you a clip from one of our Cornerstone Gundog TV episodes from last season. Let me show you what it looks like in the real world. So, I think we had a miscommunication. The boys were waiting on me, and I didn't pull the trigger, so next birds that come in, we're gonna have to take them out, or at least attempt to take them out. Because this one's ready. I mean, she's getting out here and she's wanting to get loving. She knows it's like we're starting off slow, but I can tell you based on what we saw yesterday evening, it's just gonna get better as the day goes on, so. So that's an example of what it looks like in the real world. We got out there, we thought we were gonna get on birds, but we just didn't. So ended up hanging out with the dog. The dog was being patient. Because if you don't teach your dog that, let me tell you what, you could have a dog that could be causing a ruckus. They could be running around, they could be whining, they could be frustrated. Because if every time you go out and train, it's all about the action, then when you go out and hunt, it's gonna be all about the action for your dog. You gotta teach your dog to be ready, to be calm, and to really just do nothing until it's time to get after it. So that's my tip for you. Get out there this time of year when it's hot as we get ready to roll into the hunting season and just hang out with your dog. This is one of the easiest, best forms of training you can do to prepare for the upcoming season.
Kind of want to get the trailer out of the way. Can I pull it ahead a little, or?
No.
Oh.
Last time you pulled the trailer ahead, Bill, it wasn't good.
Rick says, stop! So our day 3 was supposed to be our day 3 hunt, turned into our day 2 hunt because of the rain the first day, and we switched it up a bit. The guys went out and scouted. They found a pile of ducks about a mile off a roost, and we set up this morning in the dark. One thing with Rick, you got about an hour to drink coffee after you set up, which is a good thing. But we got all set up and we're standing around waiting for shooting light, and we had 2 little bunches of gadwall just bomb in. And when I say bomb in, they were literally landing in the decoys around us. And I thought it was gonna be over before it started. Rolls around, shooting light comes around. We had one little bunch of 4 or 5 gadwall come in, and that was it. I mean, it got lean, and it scares me a little bit. Everyone's heard of the drought and what's going on. There's pretty good water up here right now, but when we needed the water, there wasn't water. I've heard upwards of 30% down in duck breeding population, and I didn't want to believe it, but I'm a little nervous. This obviously was a not a good hunt today, and it scares me for what's coming up for the rest of the season, because we typically see lots of ducks. And when we're here, there's usually a lot of snow geese. I think they were coming in here the last couple of days, but boys, I'm telling you, I think the duck numbers are down. I think we're in for a tough year.
You know, tradition is such a big part of duck hunting, right? And to me, this is where I grew up duck hunting, and I just love this area. I'm very fortunate to be good friends with Rick and his son Blake, and just enjoy coming up here and hunting with those guys. And just a special thanks to them. They're always so accommodating to us, making this trip happen every year. So it was still a fun hunt, not as productive as we're used to, but still a great hunt. It's hunting, but like I said, you know, tradition's a huge part of duck hunting, and we do this every year no matter what.
With the first hunt of the year under their belts, the impact of drought is evident, but the spirits are high as the crew follows the migration further south. Next week, Bill travels to southeast Missouri to join up with Shane Garner of SEMO Outfitters to chase mallards and hopefully ring in the new year with a few filled limits.